probably looking at this video because you're being affected by traumatic stress or an affective trauma, or maybe a loved one or somebody you really know who you know is suffering from the effects of trauma. Now, trauma is often caused by many things. It can be caused by illness, surgery, threats, violence, loss, or even natural disasters. And the effects of trauma can often lead to traumatic stress or post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, when you go in and have a traumatic shock or a traumatic event, if you can process the emotions caused by this event, then you come out of that traumatic shock. However, if you can't, and you start looping it, you can't process it, then you go into traumatic stress, or even leading further into post-traumatic stress. And this starts taking over and affecting your life, almost in some cases to the effect where you just can't function anymore. And some of the symptoms of post-traumatic stress are that you get flashbacks, you re-experience that memory. You have dissociation, extreme courses of rage and depression. You avoid things, you go into increased anxiety, increased hypervigilance. You're looking all the time for something that might cause this trauma. Now, I'd like to propose something for you that could be quite quick and has no drugs. I'd like you to consider hypnosis to get over this traumatic event. At Transformations Coaching and Hypnotherapy, we do a process which takes about 3 visits. There are hourly visits round about and with a week in between, and we can remove that. It's an extremely effective way of removing post-traumatic stress, the effects of trauma. And this is how we do it. In the first appointment, what we do here is we remove your beliefs about this traumatic event. We remove your self-beliefs. In the second one, we call it putting the teeth. So what we do there is we go into that trauma and we remove it from your mind. However, when I say we go into that trauma, we don't get you to relive that trauma. That is the last thing that we do. We remove that trauma. And on the third visit, we enable you to see a future that you can build without that awful burden of traumatic shock or the traumatic event. We enable you to build a life that can be truly and wonderfully awesome. So if you'd like to build a life that's more than just ordinary, to move ahead and have a really magnificent life, why not give us a ring on 1300 645354 and book it.